Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Samantha Winona. This is Winona Reads. Today's video is going to be another small book haul. I know. I've been trying to limit my book intake and read what's already on my shelves. It's going swimmingly. Actually, this month it's going pretty well, but between I resubscribed to Book of the Month, so there's 3 books that I ordered, and then April I wanted to do a April adventure month, and so I ordered a couple from that, and I found a couple of good deals here and there, so I wanted to do a little mini haul. I think there's 12 or 13 books I have, and then because my daughter's birthday is at the end of this month and we just have a lot going on, I have a family member doing chemo treatments, and my daughter's birthday, between her party and her friend party and all this different stuff, I wanted to do my April TBR. I wanted to get my jar picks out of the way for April like I did last month, a little bit early ahead of time, which actually seemed to help me in the long run, so I'm gonna hope that this sets an example for April. And then I don't think I have both of my picks for April's book club. One of them is in this pile. So what I will do is I'll just post another picture of the second book for April's book club pick, and that can be the announcement at the end of this video. So yeah, let's just dive in. Okay, so first up are 2 books that I saw on, for some reason I saw the cover on Instagram and I just thought it was so feminist and strong. Sorry, I am back. Okay, my hair is crazy today. So yeah, I saw one of the covers on Instagram and I was like, oh my gosh, I love it. And then there was another one that was a little bit of a shorter book, and so I decided to get both of those off of, I want to say Book Depository. And then I have had my eye on another one and it was cheaper on that website, so I got 3 books from there. So the ones I'm talking about are 2 Joan Didion and 1 Rilke, and the first one is South and West from a Notebook by Joan Didion, and I just love this cover. I honestly didn't know what to expect buying this, but I have quite a few of her books now, so I do want to like pick a month to make it her month. Maybe I'll see when her birthday is and make that like her month and read a bunch from her, because now I have a couple of different titles and I really want to get to a lot of them. So this is the shorter one that I found. It's only like 100 pages, maybe less, and like it says, it's just excerpts from her journal, so rather short. But again, I don't know who she is as a person, so I'm interested in getting that. And I just liked how like raw the cover is. This is the cover that stood out to me. I'm probably gonna have to blur some of it, but I don't know why. I just thought it was an amazing picture. But this is Play It As It Lays by Joan Didion. So yeah, I will blur the cover for YouTube purposes. But again, it's another shorter book. I don't know too much about what it's about, so let me actually look both of these up on Goodreads. Actually, this one has a blurb on the back. So this says, somewhere out beyond Hollywood, hollowed out actress Mariah Wyeth's life plays out in a numbing routine of perpetual freeway driving. In her early 30s, divorced from her husband, dislocated from friends, how do you say that? Anesthetized to pain and pleasure. I'm awful. Wife is a woman who has run out of both desires and motives, the epitome of a generation made ill by too much freedom. That sounds good. Sounds really good. Alright, so let's see what South and West is about. I also know that this author is a favorite of, why am I so bad with names all of a sudden? Emma Roberts. She's a favorite of Emma Roberts, and I always see her reading her stuff and like promoting her stuff, so I've been wanting to give her a try for a while. This one says 2 extended excerpts from her never-before-seen notebooks, writings that offer an illuminating glimpse into the mind and process of her as a writer. She always kept notebooks of overheard dialogue, observations, interviews, drafts, and essays and articles. So here is one such draft that traces a road trip she took with her husband, John Gregory Dunne, in 1970. It's actually really cute. See, that's kind of my vibe. I feel like I like scribble down bits and pieces. So I love that. That should be interesting. And then the next one I got from Book Depository is Rilke in Paris. This is in 1902, the young poet Rainer Maria Rilke traveled to Paris to write a monograph on the sculptor Auguste Rodin. He returned many times over the course of his life, by turns inspired and appalled by the city's high culture and low society, and his writings give a fascinating insight to Parisian and culture. This writing is really tiny, but there are pictures in here which look adorable, and I feel like you can never not be in a Parisian vibe. You know what I mean? Especially if you've never been there. I'm always in a Parisian vibe. Maybe I always say I'm gonna do so much, and then I was gonna say maybe I would match this up with like London Down and Out by George Orwell, because they are both on the shorter side. That does sound kind of fun. And then after that, I did get 3 from, why can't I think of it? Book Outlet. One of them you've already heard me talk about, from Swan Song, but it is Truman Capote's Answered Prayers, which I think is the one that he was working on in, I know, it was the book that he was working on in Swan Song. So it's supposed to be like kind of like an expose of like his friends, but like he renamed them, so I don't know, it's supposed to be kind of like catty, and I don't think actually he finished that work, but yeah, I saw the cover on Book Outlet and it was cheaper, and I was like, all right, that works. And then this one has a sticker on it, which I'm never a fan of. Like, why do people do this? I'm making this so much worse than it is. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to bear with this. This is Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. This is the 2nd installment in the trilogy, I want to say. I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy. She's working on the 3rd one, or has a release date? I don't know. But I love her writing style. I actually haven't read the first one, but because it was so cheap on Amazon, Book Outlet, I felt like I would just pick it up. That way when I get to the first one, I already have the second one, because I know I'm gonna like it. I like her writing style. I think that this is the adult series that she has created, and the other one was YA, Red Queen, and I loved that series, so I do want to give this a try. It is just very daunting because they're like 500 pages each, almost 6. But the writing's kind of big, and I know her storylines always flow so easy, so I'm really not worried about it keeping my interest. I know it's going to, so excited for that. I was actually surprised that was on there for so cheap. It was like $6.99, I think. And then the last one I got from Book Outlet is The Death of Vivek OG. And this one I've seen quite a bit, as far as everyone rating it very highly, and I've been wanting to give it a try for a while. I was going to rent it from the library, but for some reason I think that when books are more likely to be recommended and so many people have such high praise for it, I'm more likely to buy it. So I did pick this one up. Again, it was also on like $6.99 on sale. So the inside flap says excuse my hair, that's what it says. I'm sorry, you guys. What does it mean for a family to lose a child they never really knew? One afternoon in a town in southeastern Nigeria, a mother opens her front door to discover her son's body wrapped in a colorful fabric at her feet. What follows is the tumultuous, heart-wrenching story of one family's struggle to understand a child whose spirit is both gentle and mysterious. Raised by a distant father and a compassionate but overprotective mother, Vivek suffers disorienting blackouts, moments of disconnection between self and surroundings. As an adolescent leads to adulthood, Vivek finds solace in friendships with warm, boisterous daughters of Niger wives, foreign-born women married to Nigerian men, but Vivek's close bond is with Osita, the worldly, high-spirited cousin whose teasing confidence masks a guarded private life. I didn't even know she had a different book, too. She says author of Freshwater, so I'll have to check that one out. But yeah, and gorgeous cover again. Okay, and then after that, since I was already on a book buying roll, I was just in the mood. I actually think this might have been a purchase after a little bit of wine, just a little bit, because I got those at such a good deal. I decided to splurge, and one of the books I've had my eye on for basically since it's come out, which was pretty recently, I decided to splurge and get the hard copy. Well, that's all it's in right now, but it is A Waiter in Paris by Edward Chisholm. Sorry, I do have kids playing in the background, so please excuse any background noise. It is an evocative portrait of the underbelly of contemporary Paris as seen through the eyes of a young waiter scraping out a living in the city of light. A waiter's job is to deceive you. They want you to believe in a luxurious calm in the dining room because on the other side of that door is hell. This is a spellbinding memoir of his time as a Parisian waiter as it takes you beneath the surface of one of the most iconic cities in the world, right into its glorious underbelly. You inhabit a world of inhuman hours, snatched sleep, dive bars, scraping by on coffee, bread, and cigarettes, often under sadistic managers with a wage so low you're fighting your colleagues for tips. I've never been a server. I did try and I was terrible at it and was truly fired the same day I started at a diner. So that was the end of my career. I don't know, it just, again, the Parisian thing, I thought it was interesting and a little bit of like the cover aspect, but also it made me think of what's Stephanie, Sweet Bitter, right? I'll put a picture up of what the book I'm thinking of, but it made me think of that, like that community of waiters, although hers seemed a little bit different, but some of it was a little bit like cutthroat and harsh. But yeah, so I am interested in that. I don't know how that came to my attention. I feel like it was just one of those things where you add stuff to your cart on Amazon and it like popped up underneath and I was like, ooh, that looks good. That's always what happens actually. And then my book of the month club picks. I am not a sponsor. I asked to be a sponsor. I'm not there yet, but doesn't stop me from ordering their books and getting good deals. So these were my picks. The first one is The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshan Chachki, and I love her writing. I am so excited to get to this. This is a gothic-infused story about marriage that is unraveled by dark secrets, a friendship cursed to end in tragedy, and the danger of believing in fairy tales, the breathtaking adult debut. So I didn't realize that her other stuff was well, maybe I did actually. I was gonna say, because the library had her other books in like the YA area, so I didn't think of that. But her writing is so, like her storytelling is not so young adult, so I guess I'm just a little bit surprised. But this is her adult debut, following a mysterious woman named Indigo Maxwell, and a man who believed in fairy tales marries a woman named Indigo. He was a scholar of myths. She was an heiress of fortune. They exchanged gifts and stories and believed they could live happily ever after. In exchange for her love, Indigo extracted a promise that her bridegroom would never pry into her past. I mean, this also says it is a lush, haunting atmosphere with a dreamy enchantment of the invisible life of Addie LaRue. It is a page-turner about love, lies, secrets, and betrayal, and the stories that we tell ourselves to survive. And that cover ladies and gents. I love it. This is just gonna be a little small disclaimer. I wish that the book of the month, like, I'm fine with it being on the spine, but I wish this wasn't up here. I mean, I get it for like promoting purposes. I just wish it was on the spine instead. Like, I just don't like anything on my covers, but besides that, I love it. The next one is Pineapple Street by Jenny Jackson, and this is actually one of the April book club picks for We Read. I'll just do a brief summary, and then I'll leave more of the information at the end of this video. So, this says, Darlie, the eldest daughter in the well-connected old money Stockton family, followed her heart, trading her job and her inheritance for motherhood, but giving up far too much in the process. Sasha, a middle-class New England girl, has married into a Brooklyn Heights family and finds herself cast as the arrivist, outsider? I don't know if I'm saying that right. The outsider. And Georgiana, the baby of the family, has fallen in love with someone she can't have and must decide what kind of person she wants to be. This has been getting a lot of press lately. Like, I don't understand why there's been so much press, like all over Good Morning America, all over these different posts. So many book clubs are picking this up, and so am I. But I just didn't, like, when I had picked this out, it hadn't been like posted anywhere. I found it on Amazon, and then I went to, I think, the publisher website for, who is it? Oh my gosh, and there's a Capote quote on the page. Penguin Random House. So I was on their website looking for author events local to me, and there was, I think she's going to be in Connecticut, which is only like 2 hours away from me, come May, and so that's why I figured for April I could have this as a book club pick, and then May, whoever locally wanted to come with me, at like any of my girlfriends or anything, we could like make it a little trip. And then it started being promoted everywhere, and I'm like, holy crap. So I have higher expectations now than I did, but I'm excited, and I should also double check the Connecticut event, because now I'm worried that it's like gonna sell out, because it's just been like chaos. Oh, Dion, you and the teddy bear. And then the other one that I got was Sally Hepworth, The Soulmate. I don't know why I got this one, if I'm being honest. Oh, I think this is one of the ones that you had to choose, and those two were add-ons. I think that's what it was. I'm gonna go with that, because I know that this was on my TBR, but this is something that I would plan to like pick up from the library on audiobook. So, but anyway, I know that this is a thriller, thrilling, addictive novel. Picture a lovely cottage on the cliff with sloping lawns, walking paths, and beautiful flowers. It's Gabe and Pippa Wright's dream home in a sleepy coastal town, but their perfect house hides something sinister. A tall cliff has become a popular spot for people to end their lives. Over the past several months, Gabe comes to their rescue, literally talking them off of the edge until one day he doesn't. When Pippa discovers Gabe knew the victim, the questions spiral. Did the victim jump? Was she pushed? Would Gabe, the love of Pippa's life, her soulmate, lie? It reveals deep, dark secrets in their marriage. So yeah, it definitely does sound interesting. It's just not something that I would buy typically, unless it was like an audiobook, just because I feel like thrillers are my go-to for audiobooks besides memoirs. But I think in order to get the other two, I had to add them on. So I will definitely get to this. I think maybe I would keep it for the summer, because I feel like summers are more of like a thriller, and it is still very, very cold. We got like, I don't know, 12 inches of snow yesterday. It was insane. The other three are my April adventure month, and I do have the other ones upstairs, so I will bring you to those as well for my TBR, but these are the newer ones that I ordered. The first one is Heart of Darkness by Joseph Conrad, and this I have never honestly heard about. I literally just Googled like adventure books or adventure adult fiction or something, and obviously the normal ones came up, and then this one came up, and because it was so thin, I thought I could definitely get to this. It's less than 100 pages. Very thin copy. I really wasn't expecting this. This like honestly feels like Amazon made it. Like it feels like one of my poetry books. Yeah, something about the Thames River. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not sure, but I'm hoping that would be a quick and easy adventure book. The other one I got is by Johann Weiss, The Swiss Family Robinson. I got it in a Puffin Classic from Amazon. It was only like $5. And the family is stranded at sea, but the thundering waves sweep them off to a tropical island where new life awaits. And then I think they just build off of the island that they're on, which sounds really cute. I know it's a classic, obviously, a Puffin Classic, but something that I've never read. It is a little bit thicker, but I thought it matched my other Puffin Classic books, and I thought it was a cute adventure story, so I'm hoping to get to that, at least in the spring. And then of course, I had to get the new release for Pages & Co. by Anna James. This one is called The Treehouse Library. We all know that I love her series. I think it's so cute. This one follows Milo, which is one of the characters from the earlier books. There is a new friend introduced in this one. Her name is, I'm gonna say Alicia. Pardon if I'm wrong, but I am gonna say Alicia. So it says, with Uncle Horatio trapped in the enchanted sleep by the power-hungry alchemist, which is where the last one left off, he sets off with his new friend to find a cure. As they search for clues, the pair find themselves at a magical treehouse, home of the botanist, the alchemist's sworn enemy. So cute! I'm so excited. This is definitely going to be one of the ones I pick up first, just to set me off on a good like pace, because I always follow, like, her books are so fast-paced and so cute. It's hard not to devour all in one setting, so I think I'll pick a Saturday and get to it. Now, I'm going to go get my jar for my April picks, and then a couple of other adventure books for April, and then I will discuss the book club pick for April. The 2 book club picks. I'll be back. I don't know if I mentioned this. Okay, here's one of them. Oh my god, shut up. I already have it. Wait, I am dying right now. I am dying. This is the problem. Oh my god, and it's a book outlet one. Alright, so the other one is going to be donated to the library. This is the problem that I have with hoarding books. I already had the book. Okay. Anyway. I'm dying. Okay. What was I going to say? It is March 15th, I think. And so I still have like a good 2.5 weeks to finish some of the books from last month, but I'm doing a really good job this month. So all right, now back to the I cannot believe that, back to the adventures. So these are 2 of the adventures, because they say the adventures. All right, and then what am I thinking? What is behind here? I really don't want to do Journey to the Center of the Earth. I'm just not in the mood for that, so I feel like I'm not even going to put it up there, but it would be an option if I was feeling it. We're just going to move this out of the way, because that's embarrassing. I still cannot believe I did that. Cannot believe. Ugh. Alright, I'm trying to think of something that would be adventurous, but also maybe a little fantasy or something. Like, considered both. That way I can, like, mix it up a little bit. What are we thinking? gonna say, well, Keep of the Lost Cities would be a good one, actually. That's always adventure packed. Okay, hang on, because this is gonna topple over. And my room is a mess because, oh my goodness, yep. My daughter's birthday, like I said, is coming up, and I have this whole dollhouse that I am giving her, but I want to do it on the day of her party, so it's literally this monstrosity under this blanket, and I still have to finish putting it together, but it is so cute. Alright, anyway, this would be another good adventure. It's just a thick one, and I did already start that, but that's beside the point. Do I dare count that as adventure? Do I dare? I'm gonna say probably not. Let's not do that to myself, shall we? I just don't know. I don't know. And the problem is I have too many books to even like wrap my head around. Adventure. I mean, honestly, I think this will be good for now, considering hi, I'm back. I think this will be good for now, considering I still have my jar picks to do. So let's put you down here. Alright, so the ones that immediately came to me were Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn, Obvious Adventures, and then the other adventure, Keeper of the Lost Cities, the last one in the series. I did start this, but I was having a little bit of a rough start because I don't really remember where the last one picked off, and that's really tough for me to just fall back into. So if I do consider that one, I know it'll be a fast read because it is very enveloping, but I'm gonna have to figure out a way to remember what happened last time. But jar picks, I see you. No standing on that. Oh, joy in the morning. Excuse my awful, how do we do this here? My awful nails. I gotta do them. Joy in the Morning, I want to say by Betty Smith, I think. That's a shorter one, and that's actually a good, I wouldn't say adventure, but a good like springtime feel. I'm feeling that. I keep looking down on here, but I promise I'm not looking in the bowl. Oh, the Pearl. That might be a good adventure one. I didn't even think of that. The Pearl by Steinbeck, and that's a short one. That will work. Good job, me. Okay. We'll do this one since it's already half open. Oh my gosh, Valley of the Dolls. I was not expecting that. Okay. That is not what I was expecting. Alright, well, hopefully I can get to all of them. Let's go back upstairs and find these on my bookshelf. You know what also is exhausting about this is I just reorganized all of this, and more of it is now off of the shelves than on because I don't have enough room to do it the way I was going to. Now I don't know where anything is. So we are going to move that over here, and we are gonna, oh, Joy in the Morning is still where it is. Steinbeck. Oh, RF one would be a good adventure one. I'm gonna add that. Fuck my life. That's a lot. I'm doing it though. I'm doing it. I am doing it. Alright. I'm gonna do Dragon Republic because that's a terrible angle. I'm gonna do Dragon Republic because I really want to start Babel, but for some reason I feel like I should continue Poppy War and complete that before starting Babel. That's just my brain. So, and here are, wow, tell me how weird this is. That both of these, well, I guess it's not that weird. They're both S's. You guys, the struggle is real right now. Okay, so then we have, don't need this any more closer to my face. The Pearl by Steinbeck and Valley of the Dolls. Yikes. Okay, let's stack them up, you guys. I'm not ready for this. I am not ready. This looks ridiculous. Okay, so those are my picks for April. Let's see how many. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So not terrible. This is the first book club pick, Pineapple Street, a novel by Jenny Jackson. I will leave the post on my Instagram as far as which weeks for April to read this. And then the second book for We Read Book Club is going to be Natural Beauty, a novel by Ling Ling Huang, which is released April 4th. So that'll be the second half of April for the book club pick. It is a brand new release. Oh, it's a debut. It is a debut. So it says, a piercing, darkly funny debut, Natural Beauty explores questions of consumerism, self-worth, race, and identity, and leaves the readers with a shocking and unsettling truth. Sounds amazing. So that is my April TBR, my latest book haul, book of the month for March. All around goodness. And tonight I am going back. I'm gonna try not to buy anything. I am going back to the bookstore tonight, but my son and I have a mom and son date, and so we did the little index card thing, and he did pick to go to the bookstore, but he did pick to buy a toy or puzzle. So I will try not to buy anything else. Please do subscribe to my channel for my reviews that are coming, and to stay tuned on my Instagram page for the April book club picks as far as which dates to read them, and also stay tuned for my wrap up for March's picks. I did finish both of the book club picks for March. So stay tuned for the review and the discussion, and I will see you soon. As always, thank you so much for following. Like I said, please subscribe to my channel, and yeah, keep reading. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, before I forget, well, I already did forget. So before I go, I wanted to add that for the month of April, I signed up to do the fundraiser with St. Jude Research. It is raising money for reading 30 minutes a day for the month of April for St. Jude's for the kids. So I'm going to leave my link at the bottom underneath in the description, and it does link to my Facebook. So I'm not sure, because I am private, I'm not sure. I know the link itself is public, so I believe you can donate through the link. If you have any trouble, please comment down below, and I can absolutely help, you know, however I can. But yeah, it is linked, so I will post it down below, and yeah, have a good weekend.